For some apparent reason, it's back to 3 copies. Now, honestly, it's there's no relevance to this. December 5 is gonna be the implemented date, so that would be like 2 weeks from now. Okie doke. So that's it. Let's see. Chronograph Sorcerer to 3. Okay, for the Pendulum Magicians. Alright. Semi-limited Lightning Storm. I called this last week. Yeah, semi-limited for Lightning Storm. Yeah, very powerful card, but yeah, semi-limited. Alright, sure. There's no significance. Limited cards, Dimensional Shifter, and Snow to 1. I think honestly, well, let's just talk about it. God damn! The Gamma is on 1 copy. Hello, I didn't see that. Crappers, I really hate this. Wow, that's quite interesting. 3 cards are quite significant. So, Dimensional Shifter is on 1 copy. Snow is on 1. And then Cyprim Gear Gamma is on 1. I really wanted Gamma to be on 3 copies, by the way. Now we'll have it on 1 copy. Wow. Snow is on 1 also. I think this is because a lot of like mill decks uses like 3 copies of this, which is very broken in the sense. And I think that's one of the reasons why Jesse Cotton always used a copy of Snow on 3 copies or 2 copies. It's really good. It just hurts fun piles. Yes, it just hurts fun piles. Hits staples, hurts everyone. I think the Dimension Shifter was a really good hit though, but it would have been pretty good if it stayed on 2 copies just to like counter some meta decks. Now it's gonna be very impossible to get a hold of like a control to the field, if ever. I use Dimension Shifter at 2. Literally just crafted flow. I'm so mad. Alright. This is a strange ban list though. Is there like a tournament that finished recently? Because usually once they have that, they usually adapt to that tournament or big tournament. Maybe a YCS or something. Can anyone confirm on that one? This is BS. I crafted Thunder Dragon shortly before that. They know your decks, or they know the decks that you're playing. Those 3 cards I use. Honestly, man, I love Gamma. That's why I wanted this back to 3 copies. It was a really good counter to the hand trap format nowadays. But seeing this, they placed this to 1. Why else would we even put a Gamma now in our deck? This is kind of sad though. Really, really sad. Snow, it's a meh for me actually. It's a meh. I don't really use Snow that much, or I don't really like play tier elements that much. So it's a meh. Also, maybe Inferno uses this. They smelled me cooking. Deleting decks as first sigh. Well, that's quite interesting. Gamma Negate Max C always just lose. Yeah, and honestly, every time you dump a Max C or Ash Blossom and they Gamma it, it's quite annoying sometimes, but that's one of the things that you need to be careful in the game. A copy of Gamma isn't like something you want to disregard on an open field. But honestly, man, the 3 cards hit was just crazy. So that's the limited section. Semi-limited is okay though. The Lightning Storm, it's alright, I guess. What else? Forbidden List, Prosperity to 1? You're kidding me, right? What the heck is this? Banlist. Prosperity to none, not 1, to none. That is quite unusual. No more consistency makers for some decks. Well, it takes the power out of some other decks that relies mostly in searching cards. What other cards that benefits quite a lot for this? Or what decks that benefits quite a lot with this prosperity hit? I think TENPAI is a good, like, has a good usefulness for prosperity. Centurions also. Mathmech, not that much, but you know, sometimes they use it. Also, Ritual Beast is a pretty good card as well, or a pretty good archetype to use. So this prosperity. Goddamn, a lot of good cards that were hit. Take Ice is back on on tier 3, really? Crazy. Wow, what is up with this ban list? Meow. Honestly, the Prosperity and the Gamma Hit was kinda significant for me. The others are just okay though. What are your thoughts, guys? What do you think on this situation here? Prosperity should be banned. That's fair. Really? Kind of unfair for some decks that really needs the consistency or the draw power. Especially some other decks that isn't like meta. Dig 6 deep for anything you need is OP in any deck. Honestly, well, yeah, that is kind of crazy. But you know, it really helps some of the decks that doesn't really like have searchers or has like draw powers or cards that like allows them to draw. This actually helps a lot. But you know, what other pot cards that we still have at the moment? So we still have, goddamn, Extravagance, Desires. I don't want to use this. Pot of Duality, and the most. I think that's the only significant ones. If you consider Pot of Avarice a significant card, well, yeah, sure. But the 3 pot cards, Extravagance and Desires and Duality, are kind of neat. Are kind of okay though, but the downside is just too big. This removing 6 cards or 3 cards from your extra deck, there might be a tendency that you'll hit your significant cards. Prosperity helps rogue decks in the same way Maxi helps rogue decks in meta decks. Well, you gotta be correct on that one though. But Maxi, there are like a ton of cards that can negate Maxi. You have Cold Buy, you have Rasa Designator. Well, and the typical Ash Blossom. Whereas Prosperity can have only Ash. I do understand your point though in the Banish 6 then Dig 6. Still the same thing though. Why not Extravagance? And I think the downside is just too great for Extravagance. But yeah, okay, sure. Let's just say that they wanted this. Goddamn! This is one interesting ban list that we're gonna have by next week. Holy crap! And I'm deleting MD till they bring stuff back. And Imperm. And Sprites. Actually, I was going to like make a prediction ban list for this. I think my list is kind of weird though. I did want either Sprite Blue or Sprite Jet back to 3 copies. Either one of those. I didn't expect this type of thing to happen. Now, what I'm worried about is that by next month we'll have the Fiendsmith. If ever that would be the next big thing for Master Duel, then we'll have a lot of problems. I do think that Snake Eyes and YUBEL are gonna be like really good tier 1 decks, or maybe YUBEL is gonna be like a tier 0 deck. Snake Eyes is just gonna be a tier 1. So new Fiendsmith supports are just crazy, man. I've dealt with it personally in real life when I was playing with a player in locals. It's very powerful. Although it might be different in the OCG and TCG though. Here, because I think YUBEL isn't like top tier before, like 2 months ago. I think YUBEL that time was just a tier like here at this part here, and then it was that time. If I remember correctly, Snake Eyes, Fiendsmith, and then we have Malice, and the third deck was TENPAI. So those are the top 3 decks in the OCG for Master Duel, or the mostly used decks in the OCG. Sorry, and then the 4th one was YUBEL, Fiendsmith. Yeah, Fiendsmith is gonna change the meta if ever it's gonna be released in Master Duel. But yeah, that is basically it for the Forbidden Unlimited list. I'm gonna post this one on YouTube. Alright, so yeah, let's go back to the stream.